Dear students, once again, welcome to my channel Math Success Point. And today also I will discuss some questions related with the polynomials. I do hope that you are very much happy. Don't take stress of the examination which is going on. Prepare nicely. The student who prepared nicely, then the stress or the tension is not required for those students. That is why always you become positive. I used to tell you the positive thoughts, positive thinking makes the brain positive, make your body positive. Negative thoughts make the brain negative, and it is very difficult to get then success. If you want to get the tremendous success in your life, always generate the positive thoughts. Don't take stress, because these are very stripling, very small things, and these small things comes and run away within no time. That is why don't take stress. Let us take some questions related with the polynomials, which are very important for your examination. Then, question I am taking, first of all, find the zeros. First of all, you will find out the zeros, which is very important. Find the zeros. Find the zeros of the polynomial. Find the zeros of the polynomial. What is the polynomial? You can generate yourself any type of polynomial. I am taking x square minus 5. That is also polynomial, means quadratic polynomial. And verify relationship between zeros and coefficients. I told you this is the same kind of form as I told you, ax square plus bx or plus c. Take x square and bx. Suppose 0 into x. Bx. This term is not there. 0 into x means 0. And minus 5. In place of a, c is 5. In place of a is 1. In place of b is 0. That is why similar kind of polynomial is given. Quadratic polynomial. And as I told you that when you will find out the solution, fx will be equal to x square minus 1. Can you find out its factorization, as I told you, by splitting the middle term or the factorization method? I will use over here using what you will use, a square minus b square will be equal to what? A minus b and a plus b. Algebraic condition we will have to use. Okay, x square minus root 5 whole square. Similar kind of things. Root 5 square is 5. Because I must apply this formula. In one bracket you take negative symbol, and in another bracket you take positive symbol. These are the factorization. From the root level I am discussing this topic, so that it will become very easy to you to find out the solution of different questions. This is fx, and if you don't want to take fx, earlier I used in place of fx, that is px. Anything you can do. Let me take px. It will be very much comfortable to you to understand. Otherwise you will say sometimes I am taking fx, sometimes I am taking px. No. You can take one thing, px. Okay. How you can find out the roots? Zeros. If px will be equal to 0, then only what will happen? Either x minus root 5 will be equal to 0, or x plus root 5 will be 0. Let me take either x minus root 5 will be equal to 0, its value will be x is equal to root 5, or x minus root 5 will be equal to 0, implies that x will be equal to minus root 5. There are two zeros you got, one is root 5, another is minus root 5. My dear student, always I am telling you, in my previous videos also I discuss a lot regarding that one. There are two zeros in place of x. If here you will put, then its value becomes 0. You can put minus root 5 in place of x, its the value of p minus root 5 will be 0. That is why I have taken this. And we got two zeros of this polynomial. What are two zeros you got? Root 5 as well as minus root 5. Okay, then let us see the relationship between root zeros and coefficients. As I discussed in the previous video, that is why you must remember both the things. I am taking the relationship now. You see the relationship? What the relationship? See, dear student, relationship. That is continuously I am taking sum of zeros. Sum of zeros I used to take, that is sum of zeros. One is root 5, another is minus root 5. Either you say this is alpha, this is beta. Like that also you can take. That depends upon you. And while I told you this thing, then sum of zeros, sum means alpha plus beta. It was minus b upon a, and product of zeros, alpha into beta, c upon a, like that. This thing you must have to keep in mind while writing the relationship between zeros and coefficient of the polynomial. Okay, sum root 5 minus root 5. That will be equal to 0. One is root 5, another is minus root 5. Okay, but your equation just before I told you, what is that? X square minus 5, you can write it x square minus 0 into x and minus 5. You see? Coefficient of x, that is 0, and coefficient of a means x square. Coefficient of x square, that is 1, and coefficient of x is 0. That is why I have taken like that. 0 upon 1, you can do. Coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square. See carefully. This is the relation. Product of the zeros. See, product of zeros. That will be root 5 into, in another bracket I am taking root 5. Root into root 5 into root 5, 5. But sign will be negative, minus 5. Okay, divided by 1. Divided by 1 is, tell me, we got the thing, 5. 5, that is minus 5. That is constant term. Constant term. And 1, that is coefficient of x square, that is 1. Coefficient of x square. That is the relation between zeros and coefficient of the polynomial. Very important thing. And most important, that is why I am taking more and more questions so that there will be the good practice for you. Let me take one more question related with this one. Then I will take some other questions. We will form the quadratic polynomial when the zeros will be given. Okay, let me take one question. In place of x square, suppose I am taking a polynomial 3x square minus x or minus 4. This is the polynomial. Find the zeros of it. You will have to find out first of all the zeros of the polynomial. See, everything I have discussed in my previous videos also. You can see, just to make it convenient, to easy to understand the solution. Let me take, let px, similar kind of thing you can take 3x square minus x or minus 4. You factorize it by splitting the middle term, which you have studied in class 5. Okay, how do you factorize? Minus 4x and plus x and minus 4. Coefficient of x square is 1, sorry, 3 and 4. 3 to 4 means 12. Same thing. You see here it is minus x. I am taking 3x plus 3x. 3x. Okay? 4 into 3, 12. And their sum is minus x. What is common here? We take x is common. What is left inside the bracket? 3x minus 4. What is common over here? 1. And once again 3x minus 4. Now what is the common bracket? 3x minus 4 or x plus 1. Okay? That is the value of px. After splitting the middle term, we got the factorization. Same thing. If px is equal to 0, then implies that 3x minus 4 will be equal to 0. Or let me write the same language which earlier I had mentioned, 3x minus 4 or x plus 1 will be equal to 0. Either this will be equal to 0 or this will be equal to 0. Either 3x minus 4 is equal to 0 and x will be equal to 4 by 3. You see, 4 you take from left side to right side. Okay? And or either or. X plus 1 will be equal to 0 implies that x will be equal to minus 1. You got the two zeros of this quadratic polynomial. What are the two zeros? One is 4 by 3, another is minus 1. Okay, my dear student, you understand this procedure. Let me take the relationship between zeros and coefficients. You must have to keep in mind both the zeros. Let me write it here. X is equal to 4 by 3 and the next value x is equal to minus 1. Both the things you must have to keep in mind by writing the relationship between zeros and the coefficients of the polynomial. Let me take relationship sum of zeros. Sum of zeros. Sum of zeros. See this one, 4 upon 3, that is the first zero, and let me take plus, but here it is given negative sign, that is why I am taking directly. It will be equal to, take the LCM, 3 and 4 minus 1, 4 minus 3, 4 minus 3, take the LCM, it will be 1 by 3, and 1 by 3 you see, 1 by 3, you take a little change of it, minus 1 upon 3. Why I am changing? Because as I told you, ax square plus bx plus c means sum of the zeros will be equal to minus b upon a. Product of the zeros will be c upon a. Like that is why I want to change it into this form. Okay, minus negative sign minus 1. Minus 1 is the coefficient of x, that is coefficient of x, here it is b and here it is minus 1. That is why in place of minus 1 you write coefficient of x divided by 3, coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square. Very simple. Okay, let me take product of zeros. Product of zeros. It will be equal to what? Product means both the zeros you take, 4 by 3 and minus 1. Their product will be what? Minus 4 by 3. Minus 4 by 3. And minus 4, you see, what is minus 4? Minus 4 is constant. That is the constant term. And 3 did you see 3? Coefficient of x square. Okay, coefficient of coefficient of x square. That is the relation between zeros and coefficients. And very simple. Similarly, you can solve the different types of questions. You collect and practice time and again so that it will be beneficial. 1 mark question may ask in the examination related with this one. This is not a lengthy question. It is the combination of the simple questions. Any type of part may be asked in the examination. That is why you see. Because simple question comes more than 20 in the examination against 1 mark. But if you don't know the calculation, you don't know the formula, definition, then it will be very difficult to give the answer of these questions. 2 marks questions. Value-based question generally comes in the examination. That is why this type of question you must know. Directly formula related, the question comes in the examination related with the formula, definition may be asked. What do you mean by zeros? When suppose the polynomial, graph of the polynomial intersect the x-axis at 2 points, how many zeros will be there? Everything I have discussed in my videos, in the previous videos. That is why let us take some more questions. Dear students, very very important. Now you will have to form the quadratic equation. Just opposite. Here quadratic polynomial is given. You form the zeros. Now zeros will be given, you form the quadratic polynomial. No problem. Similar kind of thing. Let me take form the quadratic polynomial. Whenever sum of the zeros as well as product of the zeros. Sum of the zeros as well as product of the zeros are given. How you will form the quadratic polynomial? I will tell you one formula. Directly you can use the values and get the quadratic polynomial. If suppose alpha beta, I am just going to give you the hint. Alpha beta are the zeros. Zeros of the polynomial. Then sum will be given, sum alpha beta, and product will be given alpha into beta. What will be the quadratic polynomial? X square minus sum of the zeros into x plus product of the zeros. Nothing else. If sum of the zeros and product of the zeros are given, it will be given like that. Let me take the question. Question that is, find the quadratic polynomial. Find the quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. Find the quadratic polynomial if the sum of zeros, sum and product of zeros are. What are the product of zeros, dear student? You see 1 by 4 and minus 1. Just before I told you the similar kind of question. Similar kind of question I told you. Whose zeros I had discussed with you. Okay? Similar kind of question just before I told you. Then solution. Sum of zeros. As I told you, alpha beta are the zeros of the polynomial. Then sum. Sum will be what? Sum of zeros. Means alpha plus beta will be equal to how much? 1 by 4. Product of zeros. Alpha into beta, it will be equal to how much? Minus 1. Product of the zeros. Then using standard case, you must have to use x square minus alpha plus beta plus alpha into beta. But one more thing you will have to keep in mind. Sometimes this is to be multiplied by k, where k is the real number. Where k is the real number. But why this k comes? I will tell you this k. I am not going to write here, but let me tell you why. What is the k? Okay, x square minus sum of the zeros, that is 1 by 4 x, and product of zeros minus 1. Take the LCM. Take the LCM 4. 4 you multiply here, 4x square minus x or minus 4. It will be equal to 1 by 4. 4 x square minus x minus 4. This may be the answer in your book. 4x square minus x minus 4. But as I told you, this may be the multiplication by k. K is the real number. And the value of k here, that is 1 by 4. That is 1 by 4. And your required quadratic polynomial is, what is the required quadratic polynomial? The required quadratic polynomial. The required quadratic polynomial. Polynomial is, what is that? 4x square minus x or minus 4. This is the required quadratic. That is where there is no problem. Either you write in this form or you write in this form. That is correct. Because here we got the value of k, real number, that is 1 by 4. Let me take the similar kind of question. One more question I am going to discuss with you. See, whenever the zeros of the polynomial, that is the second part, and again zeros are given root 2 and 1 by 3. Suppose these are the zeros of the polynomial. Okay, in place of sum of the zeros, that you write root 2. See carefully. In place of product of the zeros, you write 1 by 3. Okay, and substitute here. Here you will put what? Sum of zeros, root 2. And product of zeros, 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3. Okay, you will take the LCM. Similar kind of thing, dear student, I am telling you. Take the LCM. 3. Then 3x square minus 3 root 2 x and plus 1. It will be equal to 1 by 3. 1 by 3, 3x square minus 3 root 2x and plus 1. What will be the quadratic polynomial? Which may be given 3x square minus 3 root 2 and plus 1. Because 1 by 3, this is the value of k, which is the real number. That is why the concept should be clear to all of you. Either you write this total and you write this one, both are same. Because if by 1 upon 3 you will divide the total, then you will get the same, this thing. Or this thing. You will be getting this thing. Or you write it. No need to write in this form after taking the LCM. You write it in this form. This is also the quadratic one. That is also correct. That is why don't worry. Try to understand the step. Each and every step you must know. Okay? That is why, dear student, I think you must got the relationship between the zeros as well as the coefficients of the quadratic polynomial, as well as formation of the quadratic polynomial. You must generate some questions, collect some questions for practice, so that there will be the good practice and you can find out the solution of different types of questions. My dear student, in the next video I will discuss, I will start next chapter, that is arithmetic progression, which is very important, not only in class 10. In class 10 only the basic concepts are given. In higher classes, in class 11, 12 and so on. That is why today I have given the solution of a number of questions. My dear student, you like my videos as well as subscribe my channel so that I shall be motivated and I can